Both players electing to start in the house. And the Moon Pearl! Ooh.
Oh! Well, hey, that's slightly important.
Yeah, you kind of need it absolutely every single time you play if your goal is Ganon.
Yeah.
Wow. Alright, an immediate divergence of routes as Problems is heading down to farm bombs. And
Bams.
we've got Pikapals picking up the tree pool's gonna be just blue rupees there.
Certainly helpful here in the beginning of the game. That's 20 rupees. You need 50 to buy bombs, so... Now, in Keysanity, oh my gosh, I was about to say, they do not start out with a weapon, and this seed decided to go ahead and make an early liar out of me. Okay.
Yeah, a sword in just about the place you expect to find it.
Oh no, a key to Castle Tower and a sword. Uh-oh.
They do have entry, means something could be in that very first chest.
Uh-oh.
Or wait, no, not yet. We need a second sword. We need to be able to break the laser lock, or we need a cape. So, pardon my French.
Or we need a cape. Yeah. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a le problème avec le français?
Meanwhile, Problems passing up 20 rupees in the race game, heading to the library where...
That's gotta be Kane! That's gotta be Kane!
It sure does, right there at the start. So we wonder, will Meyer and Turtle Rock end up... And, well, there's our early mirror. Out of the back of the bar. Oh, man. But will Meyer and Turtle Rock end up unneeded pendants? Or are we going to definitely get our boots?
Mirror, wow. Pika with the early castle dungeon here, it seems to be paying off. You already got a weapon.
Yeah, picking up some rupees to boot, definitely nice at the beginning of the game, and this is going to be a check that gets put off until you have a weapon, but with it sitting right outside, it might take a little while for Probs to get here.
Yeah. Probs farming up some bombs here, going to allow him to clear Kakariko Village.
Yeah, he hasn't had the rupee luck that Pika has, so he's got to sink a little bit of time in, but for the rupees that come later, he's going to be able to use them for other things.
So Pika setting up a death warp here.
And he picks up the first bottle.
Alright, with Red Goo, aka Mountain Dew Code Red.
Yeah. Takes his death warp as planned.
Meanwhile, Problems has one single solitary rupee.
Indeed.
And Pika says, I don't need any lamp. I'm heading into the dark portion of escape.
Indeed, he's not afraid of the dark in the seed. We'll see if whatever he finds actually shows up for us. And there's some rupees finally for Problems. He needs a few more to be able to get to the bottle vendor.
Trying to figure out exactly where Pika is. If I was watching Problems, should be pretty close. And Fairy in a bottle, so 2 bottles in Escape and the dungeon. We got a small key to Meyer, relatively useless. And the flute!
And the pod big key early. Very nice. But yeah, that flute being right here in the village is going to be really nice. Just one last trip here. That'll basically double down for Pikapals to be able to just make one trip into Kakariko. Only needing to come back if that cane comes into play.
We, unlike other versions of Randomizer, we have no idea yet what dungeons are pendants and what dungeons are crystals. We're going to need maps before we can figure that out, because even if we go into the dungeon, the music isn't going to give it away either. ProblemsIRL summoning the Hyrule taxi service. We've got the bow on
And
Lumberjack.
Aghanim will have to be defeated. We will have to find those boots. That bow is absolutely required to beat this game.
It kind of was giving us the signs early on. We found a sword and we found the Moon Pearl very, very early, and a key to Castle Tower.
Indeed, and so the rest of it's going to be around here somewhere.
So we do have an Aghanim required seed in our battle of undefeated runners here. That is a heck of a thing.
Oh no, just more Meyer keys.
And those keys are basically useless.
Yeah, there's a bit of convenience if that dungeon gets go moded, I think, but even then, I think in Keysanity it doesn't matter as long as you have the big key.
Yep, so we're definitely going to need the boots. The boots will be required this seed, as you pointed out. So adding more to our required items here, because the boots are not necessarily required to beat the game.
Indeed. And it now seems likely that our path into Dark World is going to first go through Aghanim's Tower, but it is in fact not required. We've got a number of locations still open to find, say, a hammer and a power glove.
Small key to Skull Woods. Talk about useless.
Yeah, that'll only help you recover from a mistake.
Yeah. And we got a compass, not terribly useful, although the compass will give you a heads-up display in the dungeon it belongs to of how many locations there are and how many you've checked. But that's not something that runners at this level need whatsoever.
Indeed. We'll see
And
props with
problems.
the bombs to use. Yep, you were just about to say.
Yeah. I'm going to say Probs, because he has not gone down into Castle Dungeon yet, does not have a weapon other than bombs. Yet.
Indeed, and finds the
Now he
ice
does.
rod. Quake. All right.
There's the lamp, which is the logic will require you to have the lamp before you go into Aga Tower. So the only thing we really lack to be able to complete Aga Tower at this point is Master Sword or Cape, and the second key.
Indeed. Yeah, that was an absolutely packed cave. We'll see if Quake comes into play and if Ice Rod ends up required. But this early in the game, we might see some clever use of it if you can manage a magic pickup.
It's a nice rod he picked up there.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool rod.
And we found the Fisher Price shield in Ice Rod Cave. So
Yep.
Problem's going to warp around here. Probably, I think at this point, probably heads up to Death Mountain.
Yeah, with the flute, you can get there, and you know it's in sequence. But one thing that's not going to be in sequence, I think he's going to fake Flipper here.
Yep, I was about to say, as always, makes a liar out of me.
We're going to get a look at the Lake Hylia Island, which has a big key.
Oh, we got a big key. Ooh. Just a big 20 from Sick Kid.
So that makes the bottles far less important than the seed. Meanwhile, Pikapals just going through the village, and we've seen what's here by virtue of probs. So let's find out what the hobo has.
300
Big money.
groups. Big money. Big prizes. I love it.
We'll see. Looks like Props is going to take to the sky again. Meanwhile, Pikapals is going to get the news about Kane.
That's gotta be Kane. In the library there. Problems now heading up to Death Mountain. See, he's not making a liar out of me. He's just delaying the satisfaction there.
Indeed. And he's going to go pick up the old man and bring him home and see if... He's already got the mirror, so what does the old man have today?
And I think we've already seen Pikapals just YOLOing a race game here. Not going to be happy with the big 20 just sitting there.
Yeah, the only
Takes
benefit
it anyway.
Yeah, the only benefit this might provide him is if he would have ended up at 479 rupees before trip up the Zora.
All right, so Problems gonna head up and check Spectacle Rock Cave, and still has really no weapon. Yes, he does have that nice rod, but he's got no magic to use it, and not that great a weapon. But we get the Power Glove sitting up on top of Spectacle Rock.
That's that one's gonna be huge. It makes that mirror obviously sitting right in Link's house. No, that was the back of the bar. All the more important.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, Pikapals has made his way south, and we'll see how much easier this is with the sword. Opting for a bomb strat there, but with a miss just says, we'll stick to the sword.
And ProblemsIRL says, I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
Yeah, Ice Rod there, and Quake.
And Problems showing, seeing now how much of a pain in the butt this could be. He has no way to activate those switches because he doesn't have a sword and is out of bombs.
Has run out of bombs. Yeah, that's rough.
Now, if he had had the boomerang, either one, or the hookshot, it might have worked out for him. But now he has to flute back. He's going to be buying some bombs here.
Yeah, this is huge because the sword is sitting in the secret passage under the castle wall.
Yep.
And would have saved him some time here.
Throwing a bush at a Kuko for his troubles there.
And it looks like he's heading up that way, so that'll be good. He might only want for the bombs back. Or the rupees from them back, rather. Meanwhile, Pika, I was just gonna say, needs to be careful of the sky cabbage.
Yeah, but luckily it's not going to cost that much.
Right.
Fairy in the bottle too, but even if that had been a death, wouldn't have cost much time because he would have been able to save and continue from the mountain cave spot, which is Ratlar.
Indeed, would not have been much of a setback at all. Yeah, if anything, about the fairy animation time is almost the same as the save, quit, and restart.
Right.
Yeah, so sword there for Problems.
Yeah, not only that, he just bought bombs and then gets an 8-bomb drop.
Indeed. We'll see him, divert his path from the Tower of Hera, and so we might see Pika make more of this to get to the back of it at least.
So you wonder at this point, does Problems take the gamble and on the required item being in the second chest there in in the first or second chest there in Aga Tower, or does he go on back up to Death Mountain where he saw the that was Ether, right?
Ether was in the first item spot here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll see. He's gonna need another sword or a cape to really make good on it, but I would think after having made the climb all the way up there, he's gonna delay a second trip for as long as he can.
You're right.
And the Misery Mire Big Key is back there, so he may get away with the weight depending on where the Hera Big Key ends up.
And definitely a required item as long as Misery Mire is a crystal, or possibly unless Vitreous is holding something, but that's a little less likely.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, speaking of that, we haven't had any maps yet. The items.
Not a one.
Yeah, and that's important in this mode if you're new to this, that it will reveal the prize of the dungeon on your world map. And there are the other gloves, the Titan's bits.
Golden Gloves, map to Ganon's Tower, the most useless map in the game.
Yeah, well, yeah, and there's a map.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, that or Castle Tower, or, yeah, Hyrule Castle. Alright, so Problem's also going to go check escape sewers, but this time he will actually have a lamp to do so.
Indeed. And I think he has a red potion yet. But I would imagine he's not going to be in too much trouble here.
No.
Meanwhile,
There are a couple spots with guaranteed hearts like that pot he just picked up.
Indeed. And getting a lucky one from a rope. As Pikapals does make his way into the Dark World, uncharacteristically early, I would think, for this mode, just 15 minutes and about 30 seconds in.
Yeah, but given the lack of keys and the lack of big keys, I can't say this is a bad play, but good night though. Skullwoods with Fisher-Price sword. Ooh.
Yeah, if you need to move anything out of the way, you're going to be swinging for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Prob's going to end up with his Titan's Mitts too. I'm probably going to follow close behind. The items here in Skull Woods are often regarded as just an extension of the overworld. As you see, Pikapal's barely having to do much of anything to get around here. Which, that rupee pickup reminds me that with the glove, Zora is in the logic now. There's not much else you can do up there in sequence without the flippers, but we could see him actually hold something of value for once.
Yeah. And since he has the Moon Pearl, he can fake flipper up there and get both items that are in the Waterfall of Wishing.
Absolutely right.
And Pika probably going to go ahead and check Bumper Cave here.
Ooh, and a key on Bumper Cave.
A key. But without the cape, no way to get through it.
Indeed.
But Pika probably going to almost certainly up here going to go ahead and check Graveyard Cave. Meanwhile, Problem's checking the shack by Misery Mire.
Yeah, this is a pretty sharp play. Did not see him check the Mire medallion, but if anyone in chat caught it.
I didn't catch it. We got a key to Desert and Big Love.
Yeah, that Desert key can be put to work right here. That's actually a really opportune find. And, ooh, I missed it.
It was Ether.
Ether, all right. Well, depending on the prize of Mire, Problems is going to have to make that trip.
We got a key on the ledge, and there's a key to Ganon's Tower. Another essentially worthless key.
All right, and Probs is going to put that Desert Palace key to work here. Yeah, really convenient location for it.
Yep. Nothing like hiding the key right by the door.
Right. And just a piece of heart on the Torch and Desert, so one less thing the boots will be useful for. But they are certainly going to be earning their wage in the seed.
Indeed, got to have them for the bow. And there's a key to Castle Tower. Now we have both keys to Castle Tower. Once we find that cape or Master Sword,
Indeed,
it's on
Pika's side, we have the big key to Desert Palace.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that was in I guess the Sea House. All right.
Compass find, not really much. Big 20 in Stevestown.
Then just arrows out of the right side there for Problems. Smartly using that mirror.
And now Pika will be able to get the first 4 items here in Stevestown, but won't be able to go much farther or any farther without the big key. So,
right.
But
so
stranger things
it's just
have
about
happened.
Vanilla. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Meanwhile, over in Checkerboard Cave, we've got Probs with Big 20.
Yeah, not quite big money, big prizes. I don't really love it. We've got the Lag Meringue in Stevestown. Only one more item left here for Pikapals, and it is another big 20.
I think that was 3 out of 4 for the front there, so...
But
But I mean, being Thieves Town, you'd expect there to be rupees, right? Meanwhile, the
Another big 20.
yep, and the shovel for Pikapals out of the chess game. So we got ourselves a little bit of fetch to do. And the village turning out to be more important than either of the dungeons so far, if I'm remembering properly.
Let's see what's in Bomb Hut here. And with the mitts in the mirror, you'll be able to do Jeremiah as well. $50 in the bombable hut.
Yeah, he'll be able to take his frog friend back home to the smithy and, well, yeah, with no hammer, I guess that's kind of the main thing we'll be able to do, but we'll see him in possession of the mitts, smartly route down to the digging game first, and he can work his way back up.
Right. Because you cannot have a follower, either Jeremiah or the lunchbox behind you to do dig game.
Indeed. Yeah, something to do with the fact that the shovel comes in as a follower in case you don't have it yourself.
Right. Another big 20. All right, we're finding all the big 20s today, folks.
Yep.
Now the game's trolling us with big 20s.
Indeed, and holding out on any access to pod after delivering us the big key oh so early.
Yep. But once they find all the requisite items, Aga will not only provide them with access to the bow, pending discovery of the boots, but also access to East Dark World Palace of Darkness.
Indeed. All
right, Jeremiah returns.
And the smith has? Huh. Seems fitting.
Another shield. Pika now has the Fisher-Price shield. When Problems gets that, it'll be the sword upgrade, hooray or the shield upgrade. Hooray for progressive items.
Indeed. We are going to see the purple chest, the lunchbox.
I do not envy Problems for what he's doing right now with these darn Gibdos.
Yeah, this is a tricky one without the cane, and when you can't do much else to the Gibdos.
Yeah, nicely done, though.
All right, so the Grove Cave has...
Cave 45.
Yeah, just 4 times the usual there.
Yep.
Getting a whole
Big love.
Container. And Problem's not getting too much for the struggle against the Gibdos, but...
Nope. But this is Keysanity, which you're going to be opening more chests and checking more items than probably any other mode.
Indeed.
So...
Meanwhile, Pikapals is making the most of this route, too. I'd forgotten he had just picked up the shovel. So, getting the Grove Cave, getting Stumpy, as we call him, going to the dig spot.
And a Skullwoods key, man.
Yeah, I think he would have rather had another heart container. He was going for 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, gonna end up bringing this one down to, well, we call him Gary, the strange old man. We'll find out what is in Gary's lunchbox. Well, strange middle-aged man, rather. There is an old man on the mountain.
Right.
Problems getting the news about the bow is, well, I think chat knows the emote for how he's feeling right now.
Yeah.
And just a little bit of love off of the strange middle-aged man.
Just a piece of fart.
Yep.
Problems having to use his ferry there.
For where he's at in his route, I would say it definitely beats dying.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
He's gonna check. Gotta believe he's gonna check cave above graveyard here.
Indeed. And we'll see if we normally call this the hype cave, but we had a lot of it earlier in Mini Moldorm, so we'll see if there's still some to go around.
Yeah. Yet not starting off good.
Pod key. The Hookshot.
Hey, that's hype.
Oh, all right.
Another pod key and the laser stick. Yeah, I'll call that a hype cave.
Yeah, that was all in all pretty darn good. that hookshot always needed in Logic, either for mire entry, but also right at the top of Ganon's tower. Fire rod's gonna be useful if not required.
And if Skull Woods is required dungeon at all, Fire Rod will be required. Fire Rod will also be required. Fire Rod's just a required item anyway by the logic, even though it may be possible to complete the game without it.
Alright, and so he's back on the mountain with that hookshot. Meanwhile, Problem's picking up a shovel out of the village. Yeah, I'm really excited to find the hammer in this seed because they got that pod big key. Now they got 3 pod keys. Like, they're really close to being able to just very certainly put to bed. Well, there it is.
There's the hammer and the Master Sword. All right, so hype in the first part of Paradox Cave. Let's see what kind of hype we got in the second part. Obviously, we have access to Aga Tower now.
Yeah, we
got
do.
Bams. We got another big 20.
Master Sword, another big 20. That's the 3rd shield. The Ice Palace map and the Thieves Town map. All right.
Nice.
Might start getting some information here.
Absolutely. I'm thinking...
wow, all of our potential hype caves pretty much delivering the hype.
Indeed. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna bet you got to go do Aga, and then boots are in the beginning of pod.
That sounds about right.
Forcing a double dip. Meanwhile, Problems is going to be terribly disappointed by what he finds here in the front of Thieves Town.
Yeah, it was 3 big 20s and a boomerang, I think.
Okay.
Alright, just rupees on the mountain island.
We still have everyone's favorite spirally cave.
And no boots to boot.
Ooh.
But the hookshot makes this a little more tolerable. 1-hit kills on each of our enemies.
Yeah.
And a relatively large hitbox to be able to get those dastardly mini Moldorms as they snake about.
And so Pika will also be able to check out Dark World Death Mountain here. And we got the map for Skull Woods.
Yeah, as the information had been kind of withheld early on, now we've got 3 potential dungeons to see. Or rather, 3 dungeons to see the potential of.
Alright. Alright, so Super Bunny Cave and 2 items, Hookshot Cave and 4 items. And we'll also be able to get the intel on what medallion is required for Troc. So, definitely worthwhile here.
Yeah, this immediate prioritization of the hookshot was definitely smart and paying off for Pikapals. Not too much here in Super Bunny, but that full magic is nice.
Absolutely.
Knowing your way around the game, that one's always there. Meanwhile, Problem's just finishing up some stuff in the village that we've seen Pika do previously. Alright, and Turtle Rock. Alright.
Quack.
We've got vanilla medallions, and both available to boot, so just gotta find those boots, and we would certainly be able to maneuver in each of them at this point.
So we got piece of
Boots
fart,
leading to the
we
cane, that
got
is.
another piece of fart, we got a compass for Skull Woods, and finally we have a big 20.
Yup, guess who? 28 of those things in the pool, if I remember right.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, well, everything couldn't be on East Death Mountain, I guess.
Right.
Alright, Pika gonna go ahead and check Mire area.
You know what would be a dastardly place for the boots?
What would that be?
Castle Tower.
Oh, yeah.
Because nobody's going to want to do Castle Tower until they have the boots so they can go get the bow.
Right.
We'll see if Pika just makes his way right in the desert here after picking up that key. I'd be surprised if not.
Yeah, because now that Pika has found the hammer, he's going to be less inclined to do Aga Tower because he has access now to Eastside Dark World and Pod. So
Yeah, with that hammer, he's got a lot more available to him.
yeah, the hammer opening up access to more areas of the game than any other item. And Pika will be able to complete Desert Palace here as well. And since we haven't found the map, we will all be pleasantly or not pleasantly surprised when he defeats Landmalas.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the dungeon prize is here. We've still got those, I think, 3 maps we found. Crystals normally 3, 4, and 5. But no map check yet. Pika's just on the move for more items. We'll be interested in that when he's run out of Overworld. I say as he's in a dungeon. But in case you missed it the first time, check out Problems screen if you like finding items.
Hype Cave will be living up to its name. Just a compass. Oh, yeah, we've seen this already.
Yep. Just 10 arrows.
Alright, so Pika almost certainly going to go head on to Landmalas, indeed.
Alright, and we've got Problems going to the bomb shop. He's going to find out for us. The Tower of Hera and Swamp Palace are our 5 and 6 crystals, which will, as explained by our shopkeep, enable him to make the big bomb.
Big boom. Alright, so where is Problems heading? Problems heading back up to Death Mountain now that he has a hook shot.
Indeed, he's going to basically walk through the same steps as Pika, end up with a couple of more good items here, and knowing that Tower of... Oh, well, still lacking the big key to Tower of Hera, so never mind that. Alright, and our first boss fight of the night.
And he's got the laser stick, so should make it a little bit easier, but those Landmalas are sometimes relatively difficult to predict where they're going to go, so...
Indeed. Yeah, having to deal with a little bit of randomness in terms of their directions after the positioning becomes obvious.
Nice hammer hit there by
Absolutely.
by Pika.
Yeah, finishes those off strong with a spin and a smack.
That is, and it is a crystal, so good.
Ooh.
Very fortunate.
Yeah, we now know 3 of the crystals for sure, and if Pikapals would just check his map, or maybe Problems will.
Problems finding the riot shield.
Yeah, he's walked right into all 3 upgrades for that.
Now, Pika's gonna dive into Mire. Can't say it's a bad call at all.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of locations to check here. He's got everything he needs to get around, so might as well. We'll be getting to the bottom of this dungeon without the boots to go get the cane, but they might be in here.
They could be. Unlike other modes, remember that in the other modes of Randomizer, standard and open, Misery Mire only has 2 items. But
Right.
in Keysanity, all of those keys, or all those chests that contain keys, are fair game.
They sure are, yeah. Yeah, probably one of the dungeons most deeply affected by the mode change.
I think that's a fair assessment. And pod, because that opens up
yeah.
the possibility of 6 keys, or no, 5 keys.
Right, yeah, it goes from something like, what is it, like 4 or 5 items, it goes up to like 14.
Yep. Oh, and hey, there's blue mail.
Nice. I had problems now just tracing through, following that hookshot. Perfectly right and reasonable path. The big key to Skull Woods has been found.
Not terribly useful, but it does open up one item that is accessible to our runners right now.
Indeed.
And
looked like we got a map check from Probs. I saw a crystal on Thieves Town, but not much past that. It flashed right by.
And thank you, Bubble Metropolis, for the sub. Appreciate your support to Speed Gaming.
Alright, Problems is going to return and pick up this Ether Medallion. I believe he is aware of its requirement now.
Not going to be able to do much more with it, though, because no key and no big key.
Indeed. Well, speaking of keys, Swamp Palace small key has been found in Misery Mire.
Oh, the one and only key you need for Swamp Palace.
Indeed. And, probably a fitting time to shout out to our tracker Mentos Man for picking up on some of the crystals I missed in that map check. Turns out Ice Palace, also a crystal.
And shoutouts to Vulgar Latin for the sub. Much appreciated. Pika's still got a couple items here to check in Misery Mire. He does have the big key, so we'll be able to pick up the big chest here.
For an arrow upgrade.
Boo.
Yeah. Only bad in comparison to other items. And there's the tower. I heard a big key. Wow.
That's going to be important.
Yeah. We found out it's one of the red crystals. And that was a small key to Turtle Rock.
Lord Phoebus, thank you for the sub.
Yeah, we do appreciate the support of the channel.
And one more here in Mire, and it is arrow. We heard you wanted some more arrows. I bet you'd like to have more bombs. Okay.
Pikapals going to take a slightly circuitous but important trip to Checkerboard Cave. Not that it holds anything important, but you just don't want to leave it unchecked.
Yeah, it's a good word there, circuitous. We pride ourselves on having on being loquacious and having a fine vocabulary around here. Alright, so Pika gonna check Agonis Cave here. Not gonna find much, as we remember.
Yeah, I believe it was, guess what, Big 20.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Alright, Problems return that big key to the big chest. I'm gonna go finish off Desert Palace. He's gonna be pleasantly surprised to achieve a crystal.
Pika, I gotta believe, would be heading back to Skull Woods at this moment.
I should think so, and looks like you are correct here.
Hey, for once the runner didn't make a liar out of me. Outstanding. Problem's going to run right over what we've already seen here. And as you mentioned, yes, as luck would have it, it will turn out to be a crystal.
Indeed. We'll
We
see
do
if
not yet know. Yeah, go ahead.
No. Oh, you.
I was just saying, we do not yet know if Skull Woods is a pendant or a crystal, so I have a feeling we're about to find that out here. Pikapals is going to check the big chest, but Pika's also got the fire rod, so you might as well go ahead and kill that moth while you're here. Burn the moth. Burn him.
Indeed.
Kill it with fire.
Yeah, and I think he has the map, so maybe we missed the check. Unless I was mixing up Swa from Swamp with Skullwoods. Oh, and he's gonna make his rather annoying trip here as Props just torches the Lambos.
I guess he heard me saying, kill it with fire.
Indeed. Was happy to oblige.
I heard you like arrows.
Yeah, absolutely awesome aim from Probs. I think that was literally just 6 shots, no hits. Well, hits on Lambo, no hits on him, and just gone.
Yep. Pika did not pick up the key. Had to turn around and go pick it up again. So Pika could be heading into Moth here with relatively low health, but he does have the blue mail, so...
Right. And I would imagine he still has his red potion if it really comes to that.
Yeah, turns around and says, yeah, you know, I might want that heart.
Yeah, with some of the fixed drops here, he'll end up in pretty good shape by the time he gets there. And he's even gonna double down for some magic and pull a trick over the corner there.
Yep.
And I don't think you can do that room much smoother than that.
No, not at all. For a second there, I thought that Gibda was going to get in the way of that last fire rod shot, and that would have been problematic. He does have 1 fire rod shot left to 2 if he picks up the small decanter, but he did not pick up the small decanter, so...
Nope, he's diving right in. He's going to go all sword on this one.
Should take 4 spins. But that one's not going to count because he accidentally did a stabby instead of a spin, a poke.
Right. But, yeah, just cleans it up.
It's alright.
Nice and steady. And the small key to Tower of Hera for another crystal.
Alright.
So yeah, that'll end up being... perhaps doubly required, depending on what is left there in the basement of Hera.
We do know that Hera is a crystal, so one would imagine that would be Pika's next stop once he checks the last remaining item here in Skull Woods.
Yeah, it's a crystal dungeon that you can full clear, not just beat, and so why not?
And just a piece of fart.
Yeah, it sounded like the 4th one. So, not required, but if it's going to be a piece of heart, make it the 4th one.
And that is indeed where Pika is heading, straight up to Tower of Hera, it looks like.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Problems running around in Mire. We'll find there that all-important key to Swamp Palace.
Indeed. And thinking at this point, we mostly just need plus minus wherever the keys are. If we get the boots, that kind of does a lot for us at this point. Boots and flippers. We're looking for footwear.
Indeed. That's right. All that fashionable footwear from the land of Hyrule.
Yeah, because those boots are going to get us the bow and the Cane of Samaria. And those flippers, well, you got to do Swamp Palace. You can't fake flipper that yet.
Nope. Shoutouts to I can't pronounce your name, Truciduretti, in the chat. I'm going to laugh if boots are in Sahasrala's closet. That's an excellent point. We have not seen either of our runners check Sahasrala's closet yet.
Yeah, now that you mention it, nobody went to the east.
Yeah, or Eastern Palace.
Right.
So, wow.
Huh.
So not only did the runners
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
You say not only did the runners forget about it, so did the commentators.
Yeah, it felt
things
totally
happen.
natural. Oh man, Pikapals having a miss on that bomb jump. Gonna lose a little time there, but at least it's not a 2-floor drop.
So nothing much yet of note here in Hera, but you got to think after this, Pika will probably drop down to the basement for the coffee break. But let's see what the big troll dorm has.
Yeah, you do not want to leave that one unchecked, especially just because this dungeon's a little bit of a pain to get to.
Yeah. Troll dorm almost trolled Pika there a little bit, but well done.
Yeah, Pico's having none of it. 3 spins and a crystal.
The other red crystal is Thieves Town, and we're going to need to find the Thieves Town big key before we can complete that dungeon.
Indeed. Both of our runners having done the first 4 in there to really no value.
All right, it is going to be coffee break time. Well, assuming the Pikapal uses the coffee break strat, but...
And yeah, there he goes.
Nicely done. That's kind of the swag way to do it. Using the sword beams. Nicely done. Impressive.
And so here he'll just wait out 22 tiles, taking advantage of the iframes granted by the crystal switch pegs. This Prob's gonna making his way back to Moth.
Yep, getting smacked around a little bit by the Gibdos here, so Prob's, he should be fine. But we'll see.
Oh, a pod key in the basement of Hera. That's number 4, I think. Or apparently 5.
If that is 5, then they will not need any more pod keys, but they will need the bow. And like I said earlier, I'm betting the boots are in pod, and it looks like that's exactly where Pikapals is headed. On the routing here, I have a good feeling he's going to check Sahasrala's closet on the way here.
That'd be a good smart move, I think. Meanwhile, Problems making good work of Malthula, unleashing that fire rod. Taking him, I think, just
one with fire! I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just saying, I think he might have only taken 1 hit from a spike on that, and I mean, you can't blame him. The arena there is positively treacherous.
It's very treacherous.
Well,
all right, what do we got? Here's the.
How odd is the pendant?
Oh wow! All right, but what do we got here inside? If the boots are in here.
And oh man.
Nope. Okay. All right. These are not the chests you're looking for.
And so we found out the pod is the green pendant, which means we still have the chance for vanilla boots. Wait, no, the bow is
no, we don't.
The bow is boots lock. Never mind.
Yep, indeed.
Yeah, so that is out of the question.
And Pikapal's giving up his money to everyone's favorite cute little extortionist monkey. All right, Pika, heading into the Mullet Mansion here, aka Palace of Darkness. Already has 5 Palace of Darkness keys, so gonna need those boots to be able to full clear, but with those 5 keys, he does have the ability to check quite a few chests, almost all of them. Now, Problems heading back up to Tower of Hera. Go ahead and clear that dungeon. We know already what that is going to, what will be wrought there. Pika falling down. I'm telling you, boots are in here. I feel it. I felt it a long time ago. I felt their presence. Just a piece of fart in the vanilla big chest. We got some turtles and another key. This is a key to Hyrule Castle. Still got some more places to check here. Pika will be able to check all of the Maze of Darkness. And we'll be able to check the big chest as well, so lots more possibilities still remaining here in Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, this place is positively packed. If we end up with a compass while either of the runners are in here, you'll see a big 14 at the top corner for the potential payout.
And gives the mini Helmasaur the slip, and then turns around and smacks it with the skull. That's very nicely done there.
Yeah. If there were points for style, that would be a highly rated move.
Yes, it would. Big greener.
Yeah, but that chest there tends to disagree, I guess. Meanwhile, the rupee count creeping quite high for both these runners, and neither of them gone to Zora yet as well. But half magic is nice.
Yeah, everyone likes half magic. I've got to believe here Pika's going to set up a hammer yump.
I should think so.
As that obviates the need for one of those keys.
And nothing wrong with a little insurance here. Problems working on that there.
Called it! There are the boots!
Oh boy! Down goes Moldon for probs. As we get pod boots.
What are those? All right. Well, what do you know? Time to go fast. And Pika wasted no time saying, all right, it's Aga time. Or not.
Let's see.
Hmm.
Hey, where is our guy heading?
Oh, he does have both red crystals. So, or not. No, pop. I'm so
Swamp
confused
clone.
here. Yeah. Oh,
Maybe
just check
give it pyramid.
yeah, just
and
check
the
pyramid. Yeah. Not a bad idea. If you got to head over here anyway, might as well check the pyramid item. Of course, that's where you're gonna end up.
Going to Aga. Yep. There you go. So you had called, but had not considered the extra route here.
Yeah.
Slick.
Seems superfluous because you are gonna end up right there anyway.
It's a fair point as well. Waiting out the ball and chain troopers and giving them the spin. Nice double hit there.
Swag.
And there are the flippers. Progressive shoes.
Yeah, we have found our footwear, boys and girls.
All right. Those flippers have been there for a little while and available, but I will say to be able to get the flippers and the boots in one swoop is probably more efficient.
I would assume so. Problems. Looks like he's heading the same place.
Yep, had him
Now-
skip that on pod for now, I guess.
Well, he can obviously, go through Aga Tower here, comes out on the pyramid, and is right next to Pod.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, if he ends up not talking to Sahasrahla, he may go get the bow and make a more efficient route out of the whole thing. If it turns out Sahasrahla gives you something for the green pendant, or if Helmassar's packing, this ends up being a really slick time save for Probs. But that'll remain to be seen.
See, Pika not breaking out the fire rod here. Fire rod will take out these red soldiers with one hit. And you do get a magic refill after you kill Aghanim anyway, so...
Yeah. Yeah, both of our guys just running up here as fast as they can. It's a long trip, and once you get through those 2 items, not really a whole lot besides fighting. But Pikapals is absolutely melting down that mini gauntlet. And
alright, chat. How many blue balls are we going to get from Aghanim? Get your guesses in right now.
We got some 2s, some 3s, some 4s. A 12 from Remiel. And Alu just wants a handful at 5. We'll see.
A full hand.
Indeed. I think a lot of these viewers know their numbers for this fight. I think the average is, in fact, 3, and seems to be the popular call.
There's one.
Yep. Alright.
There's 2.
And... Alright. Just 2 today.
Just 2 blue balls.
I'm realizing a mistake in something I said earlier. Probs cannot make that nice play because the boots are in pod. It has to be a double
right.
He's going to kill Helma. Pardon me for that. As Pikapals goes dashing down the pyramid and out across the world.
Yeah, missed the spin speed, but it's alright. So is alright, Pika. I guess Pika is going to go ahead and check the old bottom feeding fish up here.
Yeah, and with Zora and the waterfall left unchecked, with flippers in hand, this ends up becoming an extremely valuable play compared to the usual trip to catfish anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course, Problems may make the same call here because Problems did in fact find the flips as well.
Yep.
Hasn't yet found Das Boat, but we will see.
And to answer chat, we got a bow at Lumberjack.
Yep.
Oh, just a green from the catfish.
Big greener.
I heard you're going to Zora. Mind if I help out? Yeah. Thanks.
Here's what I got.
Yeah.
It's great. I only need 499 more. And
nothing so far here out of Waterfall Wishing, so. A statistically valuable play so far, but not one in practice.
Right. Yep, Problems also making his way through. We got a map on the ledge there. Don't know exactly how valuable that is at this point. But actually, that you might pick it up because it will probably be determinative.
Yeah, if it's the right map, it'll give us the information to fill in the rest of the tracker, and I think these guys will be right on top of that as well.
And Pika says, I don't care.
Yep, no. But yeah, problems, as you predicted. I'm gonna make this higher value play here. On with the boots. We got King's Tomb.
And of course, Sora, as always, with the scam, as the chat is noting. Small key to Turtle Rock. That is our first Turtle Rock key. Or is it the second?
I believe it's the second. I
Okay.
thought the first came out of Meyer, but I could be
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're right. All right, Pika heading straight over to get the bow, which will allow completion of both Eastern and Pod.
Yep.
Except, well, we need the big key for Eastern, but...
Indeed. Yeah, just a slight stop in the Bonk Rocks there for a compass. And Probs is going to go for the map.
It could be very informative. There we go. Gotta tie my tongue here.
The Tower of Hera, we already know the prize, so not this time.
Womp, 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 womp.
Well, there we go. An hour, 1 minute, and about 6 seconds in, we've got a bow.
We have found the D, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
And speaking of the fact that we're about an hour into this, I'd like to remind everybody, hey, if you enjoy what you're seeing here, these guys are putting in some great work for your entertainment. Why don't you consider giving Speed Gaming a follow here on Twitch, as well as our runners, Pikapal and ProblemsIRL. Great stuff coming at you live here, and at the conclusion of this race, I'll be giving you a rundown of the rest of the schedule today for Speed Gaming, and this is the last match in our semifinals. And that's gotta be Kane from Pikapals.
Yep. The long-awaited Kane pickup. Meanwhile, Prob's gonna put that mirror to work and get the key, the big key off of the Lake Island.
Yes, quarterfinals. My bad.
And that's the Ice Palace big key. That's about as good as the Swamp Palace doormat.
Keys under the doormat.
Yep. All right, and going into their respective close-by dungeons now. Meyer for Pika, Ice Palace for Problems. Of course, I believe Pika was here quite a bit earlier and is mostly just going in to finish the job.
Just Vidi left for Pika.
Indeed. And chat pointing out our Ganon's Tower big key still at large.
Yep.
With that being the case, anything can happen in this race.
That's right. And there problems demonstrating that enemies that take 4 hits with the Master Sword can be killed in 1 with the Hookshot.
Yep. It was a great dungeon to be using that Hookshot into, as well as you saw him stick to the walls here a bit to make getting to the chests easier. And
yeah,
unfortunately, lacking the boots is going to make maneuvering on the ice a little trickier.
Boots make running around on in ice physics significantly easier.
Oh, and it's a bit of an errant throw there.
Yeah, Problems looking a little tilted.
He seems perhaps aware that he might be behind.
Yeah.
But I think maybe also, I would say I would certainly be frustrated by, as I was mentioning, the ice without the boots. But yeah,
it's enough to put anybody in a bad mood.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how he does with the bomb jump here.
Good old IPBJ.
Yep.
Anybody can fall the first time.
Yeah. Pika had started out with a strategy where he was taking lesser damage to be able to get in closer to those eyeballs. Decides to opt for the cape as the health begins to drop. Nothing wrong with a little bit of safety there. Oh no!
Oh no, Problems. Problems that already looked like he decided to
flip the
forego
switch.
the bomb jump.
Yeah, but on the
Yeah.
way back, taps a spike, so he's got to make that descent again as Pika does finish up Vitreous quite nicely, unloading the arrows for a pendant.
And no other reward. Of course, you know, it's entirely possible that Ganon's Tower big key is sitting on the pedestal. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
We're not saying it's definite, but it's definitely a thing.
Or, you know, the Book of Medora is sitting on the pedestal, you know, the Paradox, and, you know, Ganon's Tower big keys on a tablet. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. I mean...
And someone decrying what Meyer was holding, but I will say its value was in fact in keys today. We had the Tower Hera big key for a crystal, and the one of the Turtle Rock small keys that may end up being required here. Yeah, with all the gear to do it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, we're down to 2 dungeons here. Either Eastern Palace or Turtle Rock is the final crystal.
Right.
The other is just going to be a worthless red pendant. Well, it could
potentially
be worthless.
Yeah. One way or the other. We're going to have one or both of them being extremely valuable to complete.
Yeah, problems getting that Ice Palace bomb jump first try, second time through. So
yeah, that's definitely a time loss for him, and that's unfortunate. Depending, we're going to need some... what some would call intervention from the seed to bring this one back close, I think.
Pikapals heading through the swamp.
Indeed. Actually, that was another key that came out of Meyer, the Swamp Palace small key.
That's true. Yeah, Meyer was worth its weight in keys.
And the map of Eastern Palace, so we'll have some information soon. I don't think he's going to head out to make a map check, though.
Probably not.
Let's see what we got here in Ice Palace. Oh, more arrow upgrades. Gosh, and he's already at 60, so...
Yeah.
That could have been the 65. It might have been the 70.
Right. Sure, he wouldn't mind finding the silvers at this point.
Yeah, no, he'd be really well equipped. He could just go ham with the bow then. Once he gets the boots, that is.
Pika does have the... no, he does not have the swamp big key.
That is, as of yet, unfound.
As you see, 10... yeah, GT small key. As you see, 10 locations to check here in Swamp Palace, so... We'll be able to get all but one of them. So...
Yep, we'll not be able to get that big key chest. Well, the big chest, rather.
So far, Ice not really working out for problems. Has not found a significant item yet, but same could be said for Pikapals in Swamp. However, we do know that Swamp is one of the red crystals, so there will definitely be value.
Indeed. And similarly for props, he'll get a crystal for finishing this, but might be feeling a bit like he wasted some time here if it could have been go-moded later.
Wow. Map for Hyrule Castle. Worthless.
Yeah, you'd rather get another arrow upgrade, I think.
Yeah. Might as well. Alright, Pika heading left side swamp here. Problem's gonna head back down. Go ahead and kill Argus. We got a key to Turtle Rock, so that's 3 keys to Turtle Rock.
Yep.
And quite frankly, we do have everything we need to, both runners have everything they need to complete it.
Yeah.
So, well, except for Problems, who does not have the cane yet.
Right, needs to head to pod, get those boots, and then go to the library.
We'll see if there's something significant here on Cold Stare that might allow him to make up some time.
Indeed. Problem's doing a great job of dodging the ice and the puffs. Had a really strong start on this to get the damage tilted. And when you've got the Master Sword, though, it just really is just that much more effort to get these things done.
Yeah.
But he's doing a fine job of it as down goes one puff. Employing the hammer there to get the double in the last two. Very nice.
Very, very nice. It's all about that execution. Map of Misery Mire. It's a bit late for that.
It is, isn't it? But a crystal does count.
Meanwhile, Pika finding double, triple booms. That would be sextuple booms, I assume. Arrows. Heard you like arrows.
At least for his sake, he can actually fire them.
Yeah. Pika gonna make some calamari here. See
and
where Problems is headed off to.
And chat pointing out that that map for Meyer is potentially useful for Problems, at least to avoid killing Vitreous. I don't think he ended up holding anything of particular worth on top of that pendant. So, unless he finds a book early and learns that he needs to kill him.
Looks like Problems is also going to head into Swamp Palace.
Certainly able.
So Problems really trying to... Looks like he's making a conscious decision to avoid pod.
Yeah, maybe wants the boots first to go get the bow to one-shot it. And unfortunately, we know observationally that it's not an option in the seed.
Well, he's checked the pedestal, so he knows that the bow is there.
Yeah.
Or not pedestal, I'm sorry, lumberjacks, yeah.
Oh, and there's a pod key out of Swamp. Maybe that'll be the reminder as Problems finishes this dungeon to keep going. And yeah, bold strategies there in the second phase for Pikapals, getting right on top of the drop spot, letting the spins and the fire rod shots fly. But to answer Tagraneth, we do not know the pedestal yet because we do not have the book.
Nope. And the longer this goes, the more likely we are to have. This would be interesting to have two undefeated racers, and we've got to do an AGA ped seed.
That would be yeah, just the absolute gauntlet of a seed, especially for something very final like a Ganon Tower Big Key.
Right.
Man, we're still missing Turtle Rock Big Key as well. The Eastern Palace Big Key. Other than that, I think we'd like to have another Turtle Rock small key, but would not necessarily be required depending on your routing choices. And the Thieves Town Big Key. Meanwhile, dig the benefit that killing Ganon provides on this trip with the bomb.
Find out what is there. I mean, the, hang on, let's see. Triple Boom and the map to Desert. That's really late.
Yep.
So we still have... We don't have the ultimate fetch quest possible yet because the shovel's already been used, but we could have a significant fetch quest.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of opportunity left for that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chat pointing out too that I don't think anybody's done the early parts of Eastern since they even delayed the trip into Sahasrara for that long.
Indeed.
But it looks like Pika is gonna go finish things up over here, and that might include that trip.
Because now Pika can complete pod if she so chooses.
Knowing it's a pendant, but who knows what Helmasar has.
Right, but it's also green pendant.
Yeah. I think you do it.
Yeah. Ripshay, thank you for the sub.
Yes, thank you indeed.
Pika heading up the bow side here. Because of those red Garayas, you must have the bow.
Indeed. Oh. I do that one myself.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I fired the arrow, I'll just move. Oh wait. And I say that of myself in this case.
Yeah, I do that all the time myself.
Alright. Prize money.
Big money!
Silver arrows! That'll shorten the second phase of the Helmasar King if Pikapals does, and seems to be choosing to continue there.
Definitely makes Master Sword Ganon much more palatable.
Yeah, that is for sure. Heck, it even makes this Garaya room that much easier.
Yeah. One
whole arrow saved. With the upgrades, obviously, throwing themselves at the runners, too. As many enemies as can die to the silvers, I think, will for the rest of this one.
Yeah, particularly on Problem's side. I think is he at 60? Yeah, he's at 60 max arrows, yeah.
And I think he's even, he's sitting on at least a 5 empty in the quiver right now. Yeah, we got both of our runners getting to the backs of their respective dungeons.
This brings up the paradox that the only dungeon in the game that has the turtle enemies is not the dungeon named Turtle Rock.
Indeed.
He can go into town with that hammer.
Yep. Gotta hit him 17 times. Dodge the fireballs while you're at it. And there you go, just a single silver quick shot right there. Smart menuing.
Indeed.
For a key.
And it's a key.
To Turtle Rock. Alright.
That's fair.
It may be the third key that, what do you call that? Problems picks up all together for that, and so if he chooses to defeat the Helmasar King, might be his key to finishing this. No pun intended.
Ooh. Alright, so Pika heading into Eastern. We will find out now. Is Eastern the last crystal, or is Turtle Rock holding a crystal? Either way, I'd be willing to bet that Turtle Rock is holding a required item.
I should think so. A lot of item locations there, but I don't think we have the Eastern Palace big key yet.
Yeah, we don't.
Although,
I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, we do have the map though, so if he chooses to check it when he leaves, if he wants to know which of those 2 big keys he cares about more. So we got 4 big keys at large, and I think that's realistically the only thing stopping us from getting this thing done.
Yeah, we need the Thieves' Town big key, we need the Ganon's Tower big key, the Eastern Palace big key, and possibly the Turtle Rock big key. We don't know which one is required, Eastern or Turtle Rock.
Indeed.
It could be both.
Yeah, the chance of the pedestal is still non-zero.
That's right.
Meanwhile, Problem's just acing Argus.
Eastern Palace not working out yet for Pikapals.
Nope. Got one more location to check here. He's gonna have to pass up this big chest and certainly can't open that big door. See problems tracing through the logical steps here. Got both your red crystals. Go get that big bomb, especially when you're walking out of Swamp Palace. You'd be almost remiss not to do this big bomb.
It would probably be a pretty big mistake.
Yeah. Again, we happen to know nothing there today, but you gotta do the smart plays and hope they're the right ones.
And this is the last item here. It's a big key, and it's
to Thieves
Town.
Well, we have a heading, and off we'll go, I think. So you see him dash out of his house. As Probs gets the disappointment from the Pyramid Fairy, but again, smart plays over insisting you find the right ones. It looks like Problems is making his way to the Palace of Darkness now. This is going to be obviously crucial to his completion here. Meanwhile, Pikapals is going to remember quite aptly that there is a small key on the bumper cave ledge. So off we go. Dashing right by the hard hat beetles, by the bumpers, and gonna do the traditional hookshot across here rather than walking the ledge. Now, why not when you have it? And getting a little excited about the bumper though. I guess he was trying to. I don't know if you can bumper through that actually, but here we go. A small key to Misery Mire.
Debated.
Yeah, worth the trip to know, but. Meanwhile, Problems stopping at Sahasra's. Gonna find out, if he hadn't already determined it, that Pod is our green pendant. Oh no, props to our tracker keeping on top of. I must have missed the map check. We know that Eastern is the pendant and Turtle Rock is the crystal.
But, you know, this is Keysanity, so Turtle Rock big key at Armos Nights, right?
It would seem, right? But yeah, Pikapals remembering quite a few things on the way here back to after the reminder from the reminder about Thieves Town, excuse me. Sometimes words up mixed, do I?
So yeah, it's coming down to the wire here that just got a few things we need to find, and where, oh where could they possibly be?
Indeed. We know that by virtue of Problems completing it, that Ice Palace is going to be mostly empty for Pika. It will be interesting to see what is available here in Thieves Town, if it leads him straight into Turtle Rock, or if we end up with something more of a bowl of spaghetti in terms of potential routes.
It's an interesting metaphor that I had not heard before. Props.
Yeah, coming from the occupational background I have, we call it spaghetti code if it's a mess. So.
So.
Yeah. Here we go. Really need to make sure we do this part of the dungeon. Bomb out the floor here. Otherwise, we cannot beat the boss because he won't show up.
And so, from personal experience, I will say you need to make sure that that floor is completely demolished before you walk through the door.
Indeed.
Just saying.
It's a sassy floor that will return itself in place if you don't keep an eye on it.
Don't you sass me.
Okay,
So Pika gonna head down. Got 3 more possible items here from Thieves Town. Got the big chest. We got the chest sitting right next to Blind in Disguise, and whatever blind itself is going to drop. So much hype possible. Clutch refill there for Pikapals, but
Yeah,
the piece
he
of
had been
fart
getting low.
not very hype. Did I? Oh wait. Did Pika just skip the big chest?
He's missing the small key for it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I know, I was thinking that too.
Yeah, no small key.
Indeed. Off we are into a blind fight. Well, not a blind fight, but a fight with blind.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Very
And-
nicely done. That execution is
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah, just darn near perfect fight here from Pikapals. The first time you do this fight, it's completely scripted. And so if you know where to be and where to swing, it's all yours.
Alright, you gotta think at this point Pika has got to choose either Ice Palace or Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and I think you'll want to believe that you're going to get to do the favorite thing of going from Turtle Rock to Ganon's Tower. But at the same time, there's a ton more items in Turtle Rock. So we'll see. But it looks like he had never checked Ice Rock Cave, and so is going to do that. He'll find the Mirror Shield.
Good old Riot Shield. I love the Riot Shield, and ever since they gone to progressive items, though, you very rarely see it.
Yeah, it seems like it comes up way less often.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Boots getting put to work for probs.
Yeah, that's gotta be Kane over on Problems side.
Yep. Looks like Pika will stick to this corner of the map. And having not visited Hobo earlier.
Get that, Hobo's what, 300 roops?
I think so.
Yep.
Well, Prob's working his way through the village. Can put that hammer to work.
Did Pika ever check?
Over here? He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, on his way to
Okay.
the Thieves Town. Yeah, I'd forgotten just how much was left open here. And in fact, without the powder or even the mushroom to fake it, the Bat Cave is still unobtainable. Man, it looks like Pikapals is not going to do Ice Palace. Is going to be getting around for something else.
So Problems is gonna grab the D up here.
Indeed. And I'll route it in nicely with this bumper cave check, which we found was a Misery Mire small key.
Yeah, but Problems doesn't know that.
Nope. Not yet. Oh, he's going for the Lake Island.
Which we know is a big key. It's the,
I believe it's for Ice Palace.
yes.
Yeah, because we had joked that it was basically the doormat.
Yep.
There we go. So that'll be a check he was very glad to make. At least until he realizes that there's not anything here.
Yeah, but so he'll be doing a full clear of Ice Palace just like Problems did.
And that'll be good for Problems. That'll kind of keep the timing even there. But it's going to take cleverness and some luck, I think, on his end to be able to bring this thing back even.
Agreed. Yes. Shoutouts to Adirondack Rick in the chat, one of our admins for this tournament. But the race isn't done until the Ganon's Tower Big Key is found. Absolutely, Rick.
Yeah, 100%. No way you're getting anywhere if you can't beat Agatu, if you can't even approach him. Which actually, thinking of the places we haven't checked, Spike Cave.
That's true.
And
it is accessible.
And
I think
Ganon's
that's
Tower Big Key can always be in Ganon's Tower.
right. So other than the items that are currently item blocked, for example, Magic Bat, Witches, and the pedestal and the tablets, right? I think we've pretty much checked all of the overworld with the exception of Spike Cave.
That seems correct, yeah.
Yeah. So that may be where Problems is headed.
Yeah, it could be. This could be the big turnaround. This
Yeah.
turns into a Turtle Rock Big Key.
Yeah. It's like you were saying earlier, like many people who play Randomizer want to wait and save Turtle Rock for last so that Ganon's Tower is right there. But
And here we go, Spike Cave. Could all of the hype have been in caves?
it's entirely possible. We're about to find out. As we know, Pika's not going to find anything here in ice.
Indeed.
So, Spikes is a big key to Turtle Rock!
Oh boy!
Woo! That is significant. Will it be enough?
Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. Again, we still need Ganon's Tower Big Key. So, I mean, but
Yeah.
of all the things you could find in Spike Cave, that's an important item. It's spicy indeed, Adirondack Rick. Or Alucard, rather. I'm misreading my A's. Oh boy.
Very spicy.
But yeah, for a rare occasion in this race, we got Pika tracing steps Problems has taken.
Prob's definitely gonna head on into Turtle Rock. Got 3 keys. Got the Quack Medallion to get in.
How's that for a time save, being exactly on top of that chest as it spawns? For Pika.
Them
But
skills.
But two hams in a row.
2 hams. Problems with the swag there, with the spin speed to
Yep.
knock the posts down.
Yeah, he's into the second row of hearts. He's got half magic, blue mail, riot shield. He's gonna have a pretty okay time here in Turtle Rock.
Well, everyone's favorite dungeon, Turtle Rock.
Indeed.
Or is that ice? I think ice is everyone's favorite dungeon, right?
I think everyone's favorite dungeon is Pendant Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
With something at the 4th chest of Laser Bridge.
Yeah, I also remember, we still got Mimic Cave as well.
Oh goodness, yeah, technically an Overworld location, a sort of honorary Turtle Rock chest. Oh man. Yeah, this could be huge.
We do know that Troc is a crystal, so regardless, our runners are going to have to go through this dungeon. So we got a
Really
piece of art.
slick movement here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of that hookshot invincibility, very nicely done by Problems.
Yeah, not a single hit there. And speaking of brilliant,
Yeah.
I thought he was just starting that cold stare fight. But
He was just starting it.
Yep, the absolute textbook quick kill there. Whew. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
And this is why
Nicely
these guys
killed.
are in the bracket right
That's
here.
right. Here in the quarterfinals. That's why they went undefeated.
Yep.
Oh, Pikapals looks like.
Ooh.
Now the question is Pika going to check Spike Cave first? Yes, it looks like that is indeed what is about to happen.
Yeah, I can't say I'm familiar enough with his preferred routing up the mountain to call this as just going to TR, but I would guess he's definitely doing Spike Cave.
Yep.
Yep, there he goes.
There we go.
That is trouble for Problems.
It is. It's a problem for Problems, actually.
Yeah, problem for Problems, yeah. We see Problems doing the classic move, passing up the vanilla big key chest for Turtle Rock here in favor of being able to get to many more locations, including the boss.
And Pika almost had enough life that it didn't have to use the cape, but...
Alright, and Mimic Cave, here we come.
Yeah, it's one of those locations that if you can check it, you better.
Yeah.
Because if there's
when
something
you don't,
in
it's
there...
usually something, huh?
Yeah. The worst is when Mirror is on Laser Bridge and a required item is on Mimic.
Right. And just the red mail there.
Nothing you'll ever really turn your nose up at, though.
Yeah.
And a big key in the big key chest, but it's the Swamp Palace. Hey, the Ganon's Tower big key. We
important. Yep.
Yeah, we could have big keyception, man.
Oh man, and we could have just seen the chest it was in roll by there for Problems. We may be looking for that last Turtle Rock. Well, the key that Pika actually already has, so we'll have to see.
Yep.
And someone calling for a big key trading quest. Go to this big chest, get this big key. Go to that big chest. It would be a spectacle, if nothing else.
It could definitely happen.
Yeah.
You got to think though, if Pikapals does not find the Ganon's Tower big key after completing Turtle Rock, you've got to think that the next stop is Ganon's Tower anyway.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because that's an important point. He's been progressing through this just right
But there's the Thieves Town small key on Laser Bridge.
Yep. Important because somewhat ironically it gives access to the big chest.
Problems having a little bit of trouble here with Laser Bridge. Oh, great. You found the map of Turtle Rock.
Well, it's a good thing we found the map to Eastern because they were going to have to do process of elimination otherwise. And the swag cane dash here from Probs. Hitting both those crystal switches just in the right succession.
Yeah, that is such swag.
Gotta love it.
Alright, let's see. His Problem's going to do the quick kill. No. He's only got Master Sword. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Although I'd be curious of the merits of doing it that way to kind of keep out of the way of the two streams. But I guess with the way the heads
Never.
dance,
The streams, you never cross the streams.
never. But down to the 2 heads.
Very nicely done.
And he's going to load in as much damage here as possible. Oh, it takes a hit trying to line up that spin. Would have been able to get a double hit there for sure.
Eats a spike, too.
Yeah. But all in all, pretty solid second phase given it was Master Sword and opting out of the hammer, which is a tight squeeze for sure. There's key.
And we got a key
to Ganon's Tower.
to Gen's Tower.
But the small. There is Crystal 6.
And it'd be Crystal 7 for Pikapals, so...
Indeed. It'll be there in just a minute or two. What we're waiting for Problems to do for 7 crystals is to get to Eastern Palace to acquire that Thieves' Town big key, if I recall. Could be mixing that one up. But it looks like he's got something on his mind in this neck of the woods.
Yeah, it's odd that Problems is not going to Thieves' Town right now.
Well, without that big key.
Oh, yeah. My God.
Yeah, I think it's in Eastern. I'm trying to remember it. I'm sure. Well, Fifth Business asking as well in chat. Hopefully will fill us all in. Yeah, Jillison says Eastern.
Yeah, it's Eastern.
Yeah, thank you guys. All right. Yeah, those were the ones I missed on the initial notes recording. All right.
That is pretty much the only item we are waiting on right now. Is that Ganon's Tower big key?
Yeah, everything else useful so far we've found.
And yeah, so for all of you folks that love some pedestal hype is still alive.
Indeed. Yeah, Problem's about to pick up silver arrows. But not here, just right through the door. Yeah, and Pikapals giving us a little reminder that Swamp Palace big chest is yet unopened. So we've got Thieves' Town, we've got Swamp Palace, we've got all the places in the basement of Ganon's Tower.
Gonna take something significant, though, for Problems to catch up at this point, unfortunately.
Indeed.
As both of our runners go over territory that the other one is going over, again, we'd like to remind you, if you are enjoying what you're watching here today, and how could you not be, go ahead and give these 2 runners a follow here on Twitch. These 2 guys were undefeated coming into this match, some great runners of this game, and for all of your speed gaming and speed running action, you might want to give speed gaming here a follow as well. This is the last quarter. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
I was going to say, we've got plenty of other action, too, if you're into going fast in other games as well. There are just so many tournaments in progress.
Absolutely. So here on Speed Gaming today, right now, we've got Mega Man 2 on Speed Gaming 2, Metroid Fusion on Speed Gaming 3, Super Metroid on Speed Gaming 4. In about 15 minutes, we'll have Ori and the Blind Forest on Speed Gaming 2. At 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll have Diddy Kong Racing, more Ori and the Blind Forest, more Super Metroid. It's insane, everything that's going on today.
Probs with just a super clean Helmasaur as Trinex begins for Pikapals.
Now, interestingly here, Pika is not able to stop the blue head from dropping the ice on the ground. That makes this fight significantly more difficult, but
yeah,
not for runners of this caliber.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get the spin in here, as Problems had unfortunately taken the hit, but this will afford him some extra damage there.
All right, now Problems is going to be...
Nice!
Problems
wow.
checking Sahasrara. Okay, it's just another bottle. That could have been significant because Pika did not check Sahasrara. But...
yeah.
This Problem's going to head into Eastern now. So Pika almost certainly going to be heading into Ganon's Tower. So Ganon's Tower. So folks, normally we have a guessing game in the standard modes of 1 to 22, whether or not the key to Ganon's Tower is in Ganon's Tower. But if you choose 0 in your guessing game, that's saying that key is not in Ganon's Tower. So get your guesses in the chat right now, 0 through 22.
Yep.
I mean, yes, we know everybody wants to see 0, but...
yeah, the book in the tile room, right? And then
yeah,
the rest
right.
of the items on the tablets for the fetch, just to draw this whole thing out all the much further. But Problems is in Eastern Palace now. We know that means Thieves Town big key for him.
An interesting strategy there from Pikapals. Of course, it's got, had 3 keys going in. Can probably find the rest of them that he needs here in Ganon's Tower, so yeah.
Oh, just a little slip there with the hook. Stankheart. And then the 4th bottle. And Eastern Palace big key. Oh, man.
Here we go.
The pedestal dream is alive. The pedestal dream is alive. Oh my.
Oh no, another big
and
key.
There it is.
There
it had
is.
to be. Oh man, there it is in GT.
Wow.
All right, well, he begins his climb while Problems is searching for the big key for his 7th crystal. So that is at about 147.30. What do we call that? Go mode?
That would be go mode.
Indeed.
But wow, that's a heck of a way for it to end there. But
yeah. I mean, it was more likely that than any of the things we were hoping, though.
Very true. But hate to see that for Problems. Again, remember, Problems went undefeated up until this point. Just some unfortunate item placement. You can't say that Problems routed this seed poorly. It's just he routed it poorly because of the item distribution. He didn't really make any mistakes.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
It's definitely easier when you know where the items are to criticize the routing.
Right.
Yeah. Pikapals, of course, also undefeated, and when you've got opponents of this caliber.
Yep.
For the little bit of trouble Pika had in the first room, he certainly made up for it there in the second, and is even continuing in the third, sneaking around Beamos and using that bow so cleverly to get these enemies down. That Master Sword really kind of rearing its head here as those Zazacs take 2 hits instead of the 1, and you can even see just a sort of instinctive turn of direction from Pika. He's used to just giving them 1 shot and getting out of there.
perfect land mode too.
Yeah, speaking of one shot, huh? One apiece, and
Yeah.
down they go. He still has 11 times the errors he'll need to take down Ganon.
Is that all?
Yeah. You know, you want to be sure of
he
these
needs to-
things.
Yeah, I think he needs to go pick up some more.
Yeah. We'll have to stop the specialty shop. It's definitely out of the way and all.
Pika pretty much done with the gauntlet here.
Yep.
I mean, definitely, depending on what you consider the gauntlet, but
Yeah, some
heading
folks
on
call
up
it
to-
this section, some call it those 5 rooms. Either way, just inching ever closer to this end. Not really inching,
Wonder-
more dashing.
I was about to ask, I wonder if Pika's going to open these chests on this floor in the hopes of finding Tempered Sword. I think we gotten our answer.
Indeed.
I would... You cannot blame anybody for opening these chests here, because the difference between Master and Tempered Sword on Ganon is hugely significant.
Absolutely. And speaking of, there in the big chest of Thieves Town was a sword upgrade.
Unfortunately, that's coming a little too late there for problems, but
Yeah. Because an interesting sort of thing with the information economy of this race is you might... Oh!
oh, he got it!
The gift. The absolute gift.
Oh, wow!
The last
final
place you could
chance.
possibly look.
And there it is.
But,
Now Ganon will be relatively academic for our runners here. There's always the chance that something could go wrong at Ganon, but now that we got the Bacon Sword,
yeah, easy double there for Pika. Picking the single in the second frame. Now, all I was going to say about the information economy is that Pika doesn't know that Problems is behind, but Problems is probably aware that he's in a bit of a rough spot. Turning another double there on a nicely lined up shot. And sneaking what
down
looked
goes
like it could have been
Pikapals.
a triple, yeah. But just needing the one, there it goes. But yeah, Prob's taking out Blind quite easily.
all right, it is pork barbecue time.
Indeed. Pull out
Been
your silver
marinating.
skewers.
Yeah, it's been marinating for about an hour, 53 minutes, so
Waiting here the whole time. What a jerk. Here we go.
nice positioning here, getting the double hit on the spin. Each one of those hits on the spin, you killed it, Pika.
Oh, look out, look out, look out! Whew. Ooh. I was just about to say, I think he still has that red potion.
Yeah.
And sure enough, thank goodness. Since you saw he ended up taking just one more hit after that. Perhaps because he could, and it would have been the end of him, though. Whew. That was down to pixels.
It really was. Very clutch. There's number one. Nicely done. Traps Ganon in the middle. 1, 2. It was too close to the edge, but there is the final hit. GG's to Pikapals. Once Pikapals enters, we will have the official time. Nice Ganon fight.
Meanwhile, Problems starting his search for the Ganon's Tower big key here in Ganon's Tower. That's going to do him well to get this thing finished up for him. But yeah, GG's to Pika. Great fight. Just...
Yeah, Pikapals wins with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 54 minutes, 16 seconds. Very nicely done.
Yep.
Heck of a seed.
Meanwhile, we've got a problem showing that maybe he's aware that he needs to gamble here going right side. If you might call it a gamble at this point. But then again, if he has his eyes on IRC, he knows his fate.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. He knows his fate.
Yeah.
Just
Indeed.
saw the IRC, just gave his opponent a GG.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with this community, I can say in one word, sportsmanship.
Oh yeah. No, this is and noob friendly too.
Absolutely.
A lot of communities are rather snobby about new players. This is not one of them. Have been nothing but welcomed by this community.
Yeah, I think even some of the folks who have ended up making it even to the play-in and the brackets in this tournament were new to this game in the last tournament, having been instructed by some of the people they knocked out of the bracket. So...
So I'm gonna estimate here we're gonna see about a 6-minute, 7-minute difference between the two here. Nah, it might be a little bit more than that. But
yeah, we're already about the +2, so yeah, maybe a 205 from, well, no, that'd be a bit much.
yeah, we'll see. But
Here's
Problem's
that
gonna get
big
this
key.
big key right here. Fire bars for the win. Let's see. Now, Problems will have a much better time with the gauntlet here because of the bacon sword, as we were mentioning earlier. The red horse heads. What were their names again? Zazaks?
Zazaks? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They only take one hit with the bacon sword rather than the two. So
We'll see if he can take advantage of that fact, and we'll see if he.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a
Great.
really nice.
No, it stopped me in my
variety.
tracks too.
Yeah.
Excellent shooting here. And while we've got Problems making the ascension, we'll bring in Pikapals.
All right.
Pikapals, good game.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, congratulations, you advanced to the round of 4.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And you remain undefeated.
Somehow, in this crazy mode.
Well, if we were to chalk it up to one thing outside of the execution that got both of you guys here to the top 8, I would say Problems delayed pod for a long time, wanting to get the boots for the bow beforehand, I would guess. But you dove right in and weren't turned back by the chance of a double dip there.
Dang. Honestly, I felt like I put off pod for way too long already. Like, going in with 5 keys, I was like, fine, I guess I don't need the bow here.
Right. Yeah, normally you're made to go in with like barely any keys and just find one in there to keep going. But yeah, you were on top of things. That certainly the execution part of this seed was well taken care of on your part. Any standout moments for you? Was there a particular moment apart from maybe the ostensibly late pod entry where you felt like maybe things were in trouble or that you felt really comfortable?
Honestly, putting off ice for so long kind of felt bad. Luckily, there was nothing in there, but the fact that the Ice Palace big key was just right there the entire time made me sad.
Right, yeah, that's one of those ones of like, I guess maybe like the boots and pod really, where like, I was gonna look everywhere first.
Yeah, pretty much. I even had to make a detour to Bumper Cave before Thieves Town just to make sure I wasn't skipping out on a Thieves Town Smucky up there.
Right, and I will say that, for some of this plays paying out how they did, for one thing, the Ice Pals big key, to me, that works out even if Ice Palace doesn't have anything. So smart routing there, and then even though it didn't pay off, that bumper cave, absolutely smart play. So I mean,
Yeah. Honestly, I'm happy that that big key was there anyway. Like, Ice Palace gets a lot nicer to route with
absolutely
0 keys if you have that big key. Got to show off that fun no bomb jump route.
Yeah, the bomb jump almost feels automatic for a lot of situations, but there are the couple of subtle times where it ends up being the worst of the two options.
Yeah, it's just in that one case where you happen to have both the big key and the Cane of Samaria and no small keys, I think it's faster.
Right.
It's like this one incredibly specific situation you find yourself in.
Yep.
Yeah, how about that sword upgrade in the Old Dorm 2 chest?
Yeah.
I was happy about that. I was feeling myself, I was feeling the nerves pretty hard while I was climbing Gan's tower, so I really needed to make Ganon a little bit easier.
Yeah, and as I was saying, if there's one thing in addition to your execution, the thoroughness, I mean, just one last little tip there of the hat saying like, yep, good job, you're doing the right things, go get that Ganon.
Yeah. Right. It was, I guess there was one other moment. That moment where I was like, I should probably go into Turtle Rock. I'll check Spike Cave first. Why not?
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
the big keys there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, which route do you normally take up the mountain if you're going to Turtle Rock? Do you go east first or do you go up first?
I usually go east first.
That's what I see most runners do, I think. And I'm guessing it's probably a couple seconds faster.
Yeah, I think it's like, I don't know, that's how NMG does it, so I'm assuming it's faster.
Right. But yeah, Problems putting together a really good Aga 2 fight there. Started off the triple, had a couple of misses, but then finished pretty strong. He's dropping into his Ganon now.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
With butter.
Right. Yeah, he ended up finding another sword in Thieves Town Big Chest.
Dang.
Yeah. But that small key was, well, you might remember it was in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, going through Turtle Rock and Gan's Tower, it's like, okay, I've gotten the Swamp Big Key, the Thieves Town Small Key, the Eastern Palace Big Key. Where am I going to find Gan's Tower Big Key?
Oh, and you stuck to the statistics, and it worked out.
Yeah, I really didn't want to
more locations in the tower. Yep. But you can imagine Problems already in phase 3 here very quickly with this gold sword. Starting off with the very quick silver shots and just misses the trip. There goes the end. Yeah, it looked like he had it.
Yeah,
It was
but
just
almost fell off.
late. Yeah, coming from almost falling off into the trip would have been amazing. There you go. GG's in the chat for Probs.
All right, and Problems finishes second place with a time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, 1 second. So about a 9-minute difference between the two there. Also, one other thing with Problems was that he did not check Hyrule Castle first, so he was running around with no weapon for a while in the beginning.
That was another factor, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that Uncle Sword, or just about Uncle Sword, is always nice to see.
Yeah.
2 bottles in Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, for the flute placement and all that, you had a very quick Kakariko for that.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Yeah, we'll see if Problems wants to join us as well, and you two can combine heads and see what the best parts of this were.
I believe Problems is not going to be joining us. That's okay. But absolutely, congratulations to you, Pikapals, going on to the semifinals. Do we know who Pika's first opponent is?
if we don't reseat the bracket, it looks like he's going to be facing off against Andy, and the other matchup will be Jet 082 and Christos Owen. So you have that to look forward to.
You still there, Pika?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's really coming right down to it. We got some familiar faces all up here. If you're, well, I think when I first saw you play Pika was in that entrance shuffle tournament, and I haven't seen hardly a bad race from you since, if I could say so.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I think everyone in the top 4 left was actually in top 16 for this first spring tournament.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's pretty nice to see.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Yeah, people keeping at it, keeping that degree of play up in the stratosphere somewhere.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for your attention. I'd like to remind everybody that was the last match in our quarterfinals. The schedule for the semis will be established here soon. Obviously, the Link to the Past Randomizer Keysanity tournament is running down to the end here, but there is going to be a spring standard tournament coming up. Obviously, if you want more information about that, do check the Discord. But before we leave today, I'd like to remind you again, if you enjoyed what you saw here, and of course you did, give our runners here, Pikapals and Problems IRL, a follow here on Twitch. They've been putting in hard work for your entertainment and for all of your speed gaming and speed running needs. Why don't you give Speed Gaming 1 through 4 a follow here as well? Obviously, we do have more coming your way here on Speed Gaming. As I mentioned, we have Diddy Kong Racing coming up on Speed Gaming 2 at 2 p.m. Eastern, Ori and the Blind Forest on Speed Gaming 2 right now, as well as Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion on Speed Gaming 4 and 3, respectively. Those games continue on for the rest of the day, but the finals of the Super Mario 64 tournament tonight at 7 p.m. right here on Speed Gaming OG, the mothership. But before we sign off for today, Pika, our winner for the day, is there anything else you'd like to say before we sign off today?
I guess one more thing. Like, if you don't mind me shouting out another channel, Games Done Quick is going to be hosting Mystery Tournament Top 8 in about an hour or so.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to be in that as well, so
Wow.
that should be a fun watch. Thanks.
All right. Well,
What are you?
good luck.
Well, yeah, it's a mystery, huh? I was just about to ask what you're playing, but
Yeah. We'll find out in about an hour and a half or so. I'm up against Kairulius, if you remember him from the GDQ mystery thing last year. Got second place,
yeah.
so it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Good
But
luck.
just keep-
Good luck to you in that, Pikapals.
Yeah, good luck. It's a spot you've earned, so don't be too down on yourself.
Yeah, I'm happy making top 8. It's my first time up there, so
Yeah.
it'll be a fun time.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
awesome. We'll be checking that out for sure.
And before we go today, one more big shout out to Mentos Man 8-Hour Tracker today. Obviously, a very important duty to be fulfilled here, because keeping us honest here, calling the race and providing a lot of critical information for our viewers today. So shout outs to Mentos Man, and of course, shout outs to the man, the myth, the legend himself, Feasel, for running the restream here today. Thank you for your hard work, Feasel, on everything that has to do with speed gaming. Much appreciated. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Phantom Ryu. This has been The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past Keysanity 2018 tournament. I am signing off. Epibliticos, my commentary partner, giving you the last word.
Well, thank you for tuning in, everyone. You've got 3 more of these, well, 4 or 5 maybe, depending on how the best of 3 goes. So do tune in and enjoy the rando. Peace, everyone.